Hi, everyone, and welcome to the webinar today. My name is Laura Jones, and I am on the AWS AI and Machine Learning team. And today we're going to be talking about how you can invent new experiences and reimagine old processes with machine learning and AI. Machine learning is one of the most transformative technologies that we will encounter in our generation. Machine learning is improving customer experience, creating more efficiencies in operations, and spurring new innovations and discoveries, like helping researchers discover new vaccines, enhancing agricultural output, and better crop monitoring. But while there is a lot of mainstream machine learning happening, many of our customers are just getting started on the machine learning journey. And that's a journey that first starts with data. So let's talk about that for a moment. So data is the backbone of a scalable machine learning practice. So building a data strategy is an imperative to be a data-driven organization. And you need to do this in order to stay relevant now and in the future. So what does that look like? At AWS, we talk about a modern data strategy that encompasses three things. And you can do these three things in mostly any order, although there is some logic to starting with one versus the other. So first, you need to start with modernizing your data infrastructure. Organizations running legacy on-premises data stores or self-managing in the cloud still have to take care of management tasks such as database provisioning, patching configurations, or backups. But when you move your data to the cloud, AWS takes care of all of this for you with unmatched experience, maturity, reliability, security, and performance. So you don't have to worry about all the maintenance and heavy lifting that comes with managing your own data infrastructure. The second thing you need to do is to unify your data, to bring it all together. In order to make decisions quickly, you need new data stores that will scale and grow for you as your business needs change. You also want to be able to connect everything together, including your data lake, data warehouse, and all the purpose-built data stores into a coherent system that's secure and well-governed. And AWS helps you do this through both our data lakes and our purpose-built data stores. And then once you've got your data together, you can innovate. You can create new experiences and reimagine old processes with AI and machine learning. Machine learning can help you to create entirely new revenue opportunities, make better and faster decisions, or improve operational efficiencies. And AWS meets you where you are in your journey, no matter if you have no data team at all, or you've got a big data science team, because we have the broadest and most complete set of machine learning and artificial intelligence services for builders of all levels of expertise. So today, I'm going to focus on this last piece of the modern data strategy, innovating with AI and machine learning. So let's start out with a bit of context. Machine learning went from being an aspirational technology to mainstream extremely fast. For a long time, the technology was limited to a few major tech companies and hardcore researchers and academics. But things began to change when cloud computing entered the mainstream. Compute power and data became more available, and quite literally, machine learning is now making an impact across every industry, whether it's finance, retail, fashion, real estate, healthcare. According to IDC, by 2024, global spending on AI will reach 110 billion. And AI and machine learning are moving from the peripheral to now a core part of every business and industry. Gartner research found that by the end of 2024, 75% of enterprises will shift from piloting to operationalizing AI. And Deloitte found that over half of organizations said that AI would transform their organization in the next 3 years. So as you can see, Companies are adopting machine learning, the reach of machine learning is growing, and if you're not focusing on it now, then you might be too late. So let's talk about some of the core areas of business impact of machine learning. At AWS, we think that in the fullness of time, virtually every application will be infused with machine learning and AI. But here are just some of the ways that we see people using it today. They're using it to optimize their business with new efficiencies, to make smarter and faster decisions, to add new capabilities to existing products, and inventing net new products. And today, we have over 100,000 customers using AWS to build new experiences and reimagine old processes with AI and machine learning. So let's take a look at just some of those examples. In customer experience, Intuit has built forecasting capabilities to predict call center demand on a particular day or time to make sure customer service agents are adequately staffed. So think about big rush right ahead of tax day. They make sure that they have the right amount of people to ensure that people are getting service when they need it. In transportation, Level 5 is developing a self-driving system for the Lyft network using Amazon SageMaker so that millions of riders can take advantage of this breakthrough technology. In healthcare, Cerner, which is an American supplier of health information technology solutions, services, devices, and hardware, is tapping AWS's deep portfolio of machine learning and AI services to surface insights that will help healthcare providers streamline operations and provide more personalized patient care. For instance, they've already developed a model that predicts congestive heart failure up to 15 months before a clinical manifestation. So really helping care providers to get ahead of diagnosis and also doing things like making sure that there are enough hospital beds inside a hospital system for any sort of urgent needs. And in sports, we've been working with the NFL to create next-gen stats to engage fans by combining old and new data to reveal insights about game dynamics for both fans and the players. We've actually developed over 20 unique next-gen stats, and these are used on screen during games, so you've probably seen them if you've watched any NFL game. They're used by broadcasters and partners and online for fans. But even with the increasing adoption of machine learning and all the hype associated with this technology, it's really still in its infancy, and we're just scratching the surface of the impact that machine learning can have. So to meet our customers where they are in their machine learning journey and help them achieve specific business outcomes, we focus on providing the broadest and most complete set of services for builders of all levels of expertise. At each layer of this 3-layer stack, we're investing to remove the undifferentiated heavy lifting so that your teams can move faster no matter where they are in this machine learning journey. So let's take a quick look at each layer. So the bottom layer here is really where we're focused on expert practitioners. These are people who are building their own models in more of a DIY fashion. And so AWS supports all the major machine learning frameworks, including TensorFlow, MXNet, PyTorch, and much more. And we're creating optimizations for these across the board. We also offer the highest performance instances for machine learning training in the cloud. We have Amazon EC2 P4D instances, which offer supercomputing class performance for the most complex ML training jobs. And for inference, which represents 90% of the cost for machine learning, we provide the lowest cost for inference in the cloud with Amazon EC2 Info1 instances powered by AWS inferential chips. And we continue to innovate in this area. So in the middle layer here, we're focused on data scientists and ML developers. These are people that have the skills to build machine learning models, but really just need to do it in a more efficient, more cost-effective way. And here we provide Amazon SageMaker. It's the most comprehensive managed machine learning service. Let me talk a little bit more about SageMaker. So previously, machine learning development was a complex and costly process. There are barriers to adoption at each step of the machine learning workflow, from collecting and preparing data, which is time consuming and often undifferentiated, to choosing the right ML algorithm, which is often done by trial and error. And then there's lengthy training times, which leads to higher cost. You also have to tune your models, which can be a very long cycle and require adjusting thousands of different combinations. Once you've deployed a model, you must monitor it and then scale it and manage it production. And to make things more complicated, many of the tools developers take for granted when building traditional software, such as debuggers, project management, collaboration, and so forth, are disconnected when it comes to machine learning development. So to address these barriers, we launched Amazon SageMaker in 2017. And really, in 2017, we were focused on the areas of build, train, and deploy. We built SageMaker from the ground up to provide every developer and data scientist with the ability to build, train, and deploy ML models quickly and at lower cost. Today, we provide the tools required for every step of the ML development cycle in one integrated, fully managed service. In fact, we've launched over 50 SageMaker capabilities in the past year alone, and it's all aimed at making the process of developing machine learning models easier for our customers. And it's paying off. Our customers are seeing real success from standardizing on SageMaker. Lyft, who I talked about earlier, their autonomous vehicle division level 5 has reduced model training time from days to hours. Vanguard deploys workloads up to 20 times faster using Amazon SageMaker. And ADP reduced time to deploy machine learning models from 2 weeks to just 1 day. And being able to do this faster means that these companies can innovate faster. They can bring new experiences to their customers because they're able to try and experiment so much faster than they were able to do when they were doing DIY. So SageMaker is our platform for companies that are building machine learning models. But what we often hear from customers is that they want machine learning solutions, but they don't have time or the skills to build custom ML models. They just want to apply machine learning to a business problem. So for those customers, for the ones that have developers, for the business users, AWS offers pre-trained AI services. These provide ready-made intelligence for applications and workflows and end-to-end solutions that can solve business needs right out of the box using AutoML technology. These services address common use cases such as personalized recommendations, contact center intelligence, document processing, intelligent search, business metrics analysis, and more. And AWS also has industry-specific AI services for both industrial and healthcare industries. Now I'm going to spend a little time going through all of these services because it is a comprehensive list. So let's start with common machine learning use cases. Machine learning can be applied to many different common challenges across various business functions and across different industry verticals. From enhancing customer experience to improving the productivity of technical teams, these machine learning use cases help optimize tasks that are complex, expensive, and require human overhead. Our solutions address use cases across various lines of business. Many of these use cases have one single AI service that can address the use case end to end. For example, customers can use Amazon Personalize for personalization and a recommendation engine, or they can use Amazon Kendra for intelligent search. We also have Amazon Fraud Detector for fraud detection, Lookout for metrics for business metrics analysis to identify anomalies in data and the root cause behind them. And for DevOps, we have Code Guru and DevOps Guru. And a lot of these services are actually based on the technology that is used at Amazon.com that's been perfected at the scale of Amazon.com. And we package that up and we bring that to you in the form of a single service. Then there are other solutions where our customers are combining multiple services to address the use cases. And here, we're investing to help connect the dots between these services to make it even easier for our customers to do this. For instance, we have customers using Amazon Textract and Comprehend for extracting meaningful information from documents in this intelligent document processing use case. Customers are using our AI services and our solutions to get real business impact really quickly. Aramex, a global logistics firm and transportation provider, eliminated 40% of inbound customer calls to its contact center by leveraging Amazon Contact Lens for Amazon Connect. And this allows them to do real-time transcription and customer sentiment analysis. So they're essentially adding intelligence to their contact center to make it more efficient and to make sure their customers have a really perfect experience, which is so important today because a lot of your customers are only going to be interacting with you through your contact center. Baker Tilly, a leading advisory, tax, and assurance firm, used Amazon Kendra to surface relevant information 10 times faster than compared to SharePoint full text search. And Anthem, one of the largest health insurance providers in the United States, automated 80% of its claims processing workflow using Amazon Textract. Not only does this help Anthem to save money, but more importantly, it helps them get back to their customers a lot faster. So these are our horizontal solutions, things that work across all industries. But we've also heard from our customers that they want industry-specific solutions that go really deep on some problems that are unique to their industry. So we've heard that and we've addressed that with some new services. One area where we're seeing a lot of reinvention happening through cloud technologies and machine learning is in industrial manufacturing, where companies are using data in the cloud and in nodes at the edge to rethink all their design processes on the production line, from supply chain to the finished product. And we launched 5 new capabilities last year designed to help customers in this industry to improve their processes from start to finish. For equipment which doesn't already include sensors, or for organizations that want to perform predictive maintenance without a big investment in engineering time, we're providing Amazon Monitron, an end-to-end predictive monitoring solution. For those that do have sensors, we have Amazon Lookout for equipment for detecting equipment operating issues before they affect production. Amazon Lookout for Vision is a new end-to-end service which uses computer vision to detect defects on production lines so you can spot issues with your production before they impact your whole supply chain. And for processes or locations which have intermittent, expensive, or non-existent connectivity, or which can't afford a round trip to the cloud in terms of latency, we're enabling customers to add computer vision to their processes with smart cameras through their Panorama Devices SDK and the Panorama appliance. Another industry with a lot of valuable data working to reinvent itself is healthcare. Healthcare data is often spread out across various systems, such as electronic medical records, lab systems, and exists in dozens of incompatible formats, making it hard to gain insights. To help with this, we recently launched HealthLake, which transforms data seamlessly so that organizations can automatically understand and extract meaningful medical information from raw and disparate data, such as prescriptions, procedures, and diagnosis. It reinvents a process that was traditionally manual, error-prone, and costly. I mean, imagine trying to pull out meaning from some of your doctor's notes. HealthLake organizes this data in chronological order so that you can look at trends like disease progression over time, giving healthcare organizations new tools to improve care and intervene earlier. Healthcare organizations can query and search data. They can build machine learning models with Amazon SageMaker to find patterns, identify anomalies, and forecast future trends. And HealthLake supports FHIR, the Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resource, which is a standard format to enable data sharing across health systems in a consistent and compatible format. HealthLake is an addition to the single services we have for healthcare, including Amazon Transcribe Medical and Amazon Comprehend Medical. So we have a lot in the way of ML to help healthcare and life sciences companies, and we look forward to the progress that they can make in bettering our society and bettering disease diagnosis and personalizing patient treatment through AI and machine learning. The last area where we're investing from a technology perspective that I'll talk about today is how we're bringing machine learning closer to data. For machine learning to be used more widely, it needs to be brought closer to data lakes and purpose-built data stores where much of the data needed for ML resides. To do this, we provide built-in integrations of ML as part of purpose-built data stores and business intelligence services. Developers can use Amazon Aurora ML to run machine learning with a simple SQL query on transactional data, or use Amazon Neptune ML to apply deep learning to graph data without having to build and train an ML model. Data analysts can use Amazon Redshift ML and Amazon Athena ML to run machine learning on their data in a data warehouse or data lake without having to select, build, or train an ML model. And business analysts can use QuickSight-Q, which uses ML to automatically generate a data model that understands the meaning of and relationships between business data to ask questions of their data using plain language and receive answers in real time. So you can ask, what is the churn in the US region for a specific product? And QuickSight-Q will actually come back with an answer. So all of these integrations, they don't require the person who's doing the work to know anything about machine learning, really. All they need to know is the language that they usually speak, whether that's SQL or just doing queries in QuickSight. And we do all the work, all the heavy lifting in the background with integrated machine learning to get those predictions and those forecasts for our customers. So really breakthrough stuff. Of course, even with the right technology, the machine learning journey is not always a straightforward path. And achieving success with machine learning also means ensuring that organizations are aligned to the right goals. Identifying and reaching those goals will necessitate broad changes in processes, management, and culture. There are some steps customers can take to overcome common challenges that often impede progress and help you get moving in the right direction. So I'll go through a few of the common ones that we see, but of course, this isn't an exhaustive list. So data is often cited as the #1 challenge in adopting ML. In our experience, we find that more than half of the time spent building ML models is spent in data wrangling, data cleanup, and pre-processing stages. So I mentioned very early on in this presentation that getting your data strategy right is really the backbone of machine learning. And this is definitely what we've seen. You have to have strong data strategy in order to make really strong progress in machine learning. So next you need to understand where to apply ML and find the right use case that solves a real business problem. Work back from your business problem to understand where to apply machine learning. Pick use cases that can be implemented quickly, but also can have some significant impact on the business. Next, you need to focus on developing your team that will work on machine learning. To make machine learning transformation meaningful, you have to blend technical experts and domain experts together to work on a problem. It can't just be a data scientist over in the corner working on machine learning and hoping that it's going to be impactful. And here you also really need to focus on training. There's not enough data scientists out there to be able to do all the work that needs to get done in machine learning. So, one thing is obviously adopting machine learning technologies that don't require ML expertise, but you also need to focus on training your teams internally and getting them the required training they need to be able to understand machine learning. Next, ML requires a cultural shift, and that's often driven from the top. It's not to say that that's the only way it can go, but it's really important to have executive sponsorship. And that's because ML is experimentation and it gets better over time. So organizations have to be able to embrace failure and take a long-term view of what's possible. And, an executive sponsor who understands that that's the process is really important, because otherwise, you try something, it doesn't work, you might be quick to turn it off instead of continuing to iterate. And lastly, don't do the undifferentiated heavy lifting. You need to be able to focus on the work that truly creates value for your business and your customers. So, of course, you can leverage technology like AWS creates to do this for you and work with partners to help you get you on your right track. So to end, I'll say that AWS has a number of training and acceleration programs to help you get started on your journey. We offer in-person trainings for both technical and business stakeholders, as well as a full free catalog of online training and certification programs for your developers, as well as for business stakeholders. We can conduct a workshop to help you identify the best use cases for your business and work hand in hand with your team to develop a proof of concept through our Machine Learning Solutions Lab. And through our AWS ML Embark program, we actually combine both in-person training for business decision makers and technical staff, the ideation of a use case, and the development of a proof of concept. And lastly, when you're ready to take that proof of concept into production, we have a professional services team as well as machine learning partners who can do end-to-end development and take your machine learning application to production. So I hope today I've given you a good overview of what AWS machine learning can offer. I've talked to you about what are some of the key use cases that you can implement through machine learning, and hopefully inspired you to go out and do your own exploration of how machine learning can impact your business. So with that, I will end it and we can take questions. Thank you.